Hey, we're live again.
Woohoo!
We're not back from outer
Not
space.
undead.
That's a different campaign.
Not undead. No.
We're all going to die.
You already did. You're back.
Well, yes.
That's the whole premise of the start of this campaign. Well,
Burp
with
did
the
it.
exception of Burp. Burp has not died.
I didn't.
Fandrin. Fandrin has also not
Yeah.
died. But everyone else has died, including the helper NPC, who is a celestial doggo. And that's just left with blank stares afterwards. It's fantastic. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Critical Recovery. This is a 5th edition homebrew Dungeons & Dragons campaign. It has been so long, and I still want to start by saying welcome to Hidden Abyss. But that campaign ended quite some time ago.
Oh, look at that! Aww.
Well,
Sorry, distracted by fuzzy, cute things in a GIF.
yes. As we are wont to do. As we are wont to do. I enjoy the GIF game as well. Here's an adorable groundhog, for example. But that's not what this game is about. This is just what this game is about when we're distracted. This is a homebrew 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons campaign. Tonight I am joined by a bunch of awesome people, including Beth, Chris, Ellie, Io, Jen. My name is Crash. I will be your DM for the evening. And what happened last time?
Earthquake.
Earthquake!
Earthquake
at the library.
I got us into the library because I have a library card.
That is where we started that, yes.
I'm told having fun is not hard when you have a library card.
Standard the nerd.
We're playing Dungeons and Dragons together online.
It's fine.
Yes, but I'm a nerd playing a nerd.
Oh my.
Nerdception. Well, what happened before the earthquake? Because that was like the last minute.
That was the last minute. Well, it was
Yeah.
memorable. Have you been through an earthquake? You remember these things.
Yes, I have.
Okay, so you know.
I have only ever been on the East Coast, and I have been through an earthquake.
Yes.
I was teaching kindergartners at that time.
Oh.
I remember one of those.
There was an
Oh,
earthquake,
fun.
and before that we were trying to return a broom, and before that
To the janitor who ran away.
to the
Right.
janitor who ran away, and
I
before
think
that
they
we were
prefer to be
asking
called
questions of the
custodial
janitor.
staff.
Yes, and before
Well,
that,
if the janitor doesn't want to come back and contest it.
Thandrin split off from the party to go
before
find
that, there was
actual
a dead body.
information. And before that, there was a dead body carrying
A big book.
a book about the construction of
Candlekeep.
Candlekeep Library.
Well, he wasn't dead at the time he was carrying the book.
Which would have made a whole different story. I
We
think.
think.
No, he died after
hope.
he handed the book over to Morley.
Yes.
Yes.
And I
We're
believe,
fairly sure about this.
and I believe, based on the conversation we were having before the game started, that Morley still has the book.
Right.
Okay.
It must be important enough if he tried to give it to us under so much duress and then died. I mean, the least we could do is keep the book with us.
Certainly.
And before
So,
that-
Morley, make a dexterity check.
Oh boy. Okay.
Before that, we arranged rooms at the inn, and Burp ate an absurd amount of porridge.
I have a 7.
That's not going to be a success.
Can I use my inspiration to try again?
Actually, everyone else can also make the dexterity check, by the way,
Okay.
because you're all in the same earthquake, technically.
Oh, it's the earthquake thing. Okay,
dear.
yeah.
Wow, even the monk failed.
Let's see.
Fandrin,
figure
well,
out
you
how-
were off by yourself, so the good news is no one saw you lose your footing during the earthquake.
Thanks.
Okay. That's a dex save. I rolled that. There's the saving throws.
Where's my... You know what?
Well,
I'm
technically,
going...
it should be a check, but, whatever.
I know
Oh,
that
sorry.
these are not
Do I roll
my...
different?
Are not Rhine dice, but I am going to try to use a physical die because Beyond hates me. Oh, that's a 4. So that's a 3.
Okay, basically, everyone falls prone during the earthquake.
Okay.
So that was a detail that was left out the last session. That's what happens this time, and that's fine. And
I'm going to use half
answer
my
the
movement
question-
to stand back up.
You're not in combat, so that's totally fine. To answer the question that I heard being asked earlier, occasionally a save will have a higher modifier than a check, but oftentimes they do not. It depends on the character sheet. So usually if you have someone say roll a save, it's because if you don't, then something really bad is going to happen as a result. Checks can be something where if you don't do it well, then just the thing doesn't happen. Sorry, you didn't manage to pick the lock. As opposed to, sorry, you didn't get out of the way of the spike trap. Why was the spike chai coming towards you?
Definitely do not
That's
want
a different
spike.
question. Yeah, or the mushroom slushy, which is something that happened.
Oh,
at
something
a different
else.
session. Yes.
Yes.
I edited that episode this week. With that said, because I had a very big backlog. With that said, Morley, the reason why I asked you to make the check first is because you were holding the book.
Right.
You dropped the book.
Oh, okay. I will try to
And
think.
I will not require a perception check
Ah,
as you get back up again. I'm assuming you get back up again. You don't
Yes.
just lay on the ground and say, this is my life now.
no. I will get back up again, yes.
Yes. I mean, Quincy's just laying down, but Quincy's a good boy and likes to lay down and roll over a lot. Well, the rolling over part is difficult because of the wings, but never mind about that. He does a
Gotta hold
barrel
your
roll.
wings for that.
He does barrel rolls, so that's how he rolls over. But apparently, when you were previously looking through the book, you didn't notice this before, probably because it had slipped all the way into the book, but there is definitely a bookmark hanging out of the book now.
Oh, this is
Concerning.
interesting. I'm going to flip to that page to see what was so important to bookmark.
Okay. You see a bunch of diagrams, similar to what you've seen on every other page. No, you do not see teeth, Ellie. You do not see teeth.
It is
in
not
the
a
book.
mimic. It is not a mimic.
The first thing I thought of. The first thing I thought of when I heard that you see a bookmark is, oh, it's a tongue.
Oh, no. I hope not.
No, it is not.
Oops.
So there is a quota.
Book licks you.
I do have a quota of putting in a mimic in every campaign at least once, and I have done that for this campaign already. I honestly don't remember if I've done that for the Pack Tactics Season 3 campaign.
Don't know.
But I did have a Beholderkin that looked like an asteroid eat one of the party members, so we can say that counts.
Yeah.
That sounds like it counts. Yeah.
Yeah. Spelljammer had stats for a Beholderkin that was literally called an asteroider. This is a thing that was invented. But I think it was the 80s. It's fine. 80s or 90s. In any case, make an Arcana check.
Okay. An Arcana check. I have failed. I got a 3. Can I use my inspiration to try again?
You may use your inspiration, certainly.
I will do that. Okay, Arcana check. Now I have a 5.
Well, you brought it up by 2. It is an improvement.
It is.
I look over Morley's shoulder.
You may look over Morley's shoulder. Anyone who wants to look over Morley's shoulder in a comical, get the whole party to be looking type of way can do so. A 15 is much higher. It's a diagram. There's a lot of machinery involved. A lot more machinery than you would normally expect to see incorporated into a tower structure.
Interesting.
What does the bookmark look like?
It looks like it was made out of silk in an after-school program.
Ah, okay.
There's some hand-stitched letters that say, basically, you know what? I'm blanking on what we decided. I don't even think the decision was actually made. What Marwise's libraries would be called. We've just been calling them Marwise's library, but basically it's the name of the library.
Burp, are you licking the books?
No! Books is plural.
Good job.
You are
But,
technically correct, which is the best kind of correct.
Are you licking the book?
Am I able to find my allies?
No? Taste.
I'm half tempted to have Burp's answer be the answer for Thandrin, but no, Thandrin, if I remember correctly, you were still inside the main structure.
Yes.
So as
Watch out for falling
everyone
books.
as everyone is getting up and dealing with the aftermath of the panic attack of having lots of books fall down, because let's face it, that is a great way to make a bunch of librarians panic.
That's very traumatic.
You see Bookworm, and for those who may not remember, because it's been a little while, Bookworm is a green-scaled dragonborn, and possibly not their actual name, possibly just a nickname that was given to him because WYRM is another word for dragon, and he's a librarian. I'm going to guess that this is not your party's fault.
Not as far as we know.
Well, this bookworm is there with Thandrin, not the rest of the party.
Sorry.
I mean, it's not my fault. I can tell you that, Matt. I hope it's not my party's fault. I hope.
Where's everyone else?
I was hoping you could tell me that. They ran off.
Specifically, where's the goblin? I don't want to be judgmental, but where's the goblin?
No, I'm worried about the same thing. Don't worry. I don't know. I did tell my friend to message me if anything went wrong, but nothing yet. So waiting for that.
You know they make these harnesses that you can like tie to.
No, I know. No, I know. I have rope. I'm very tempted to tie up the goblin just to be safe.
Okay.
You know, that's... why am I saying that in Ryan voice? That's kind of hilarious, considering that I'd probably be holding it, and,
Are you suggesting a role reversal?
When I was
I
younger,
get it.
I had a tendency
Child
to
on a
run
leash.
around in the store.
Child on a leash changes to mother on a leash.
I am too old for those to have been a thing when I was that age, but I probably would have been someone who had one of those.
I had a sibling that needed that. Yep.
Okay, with that
I remember at a particular restaurant, orbiting. Sorry.
But no, I'm looking for my friends. Hoping the
said,
message comes.
Bookworm suggests looking for the friends outside of the structure. Because it didn't feel like the earthquake was happening from directly below the main structure. It was happening from outside somewhere. And when you go out into the courtyard, you immediately see everyone gathered around, comically looking over Morley's shoulder at the book, while Burp is comically trying to reach out with the tongue and lick one of the pages. Quincy's over to the side, sitting down and watching all of this.
I walk over and just, without batting an eye, what did you do?
We put the broom up next to the door, and then the ground started shaking.
Then there was this earthquake, and we don't know why,
think
but
it's
it is here.
That door?
Neither...
Yes, that
Yeah.
one. We
That's
followed,
not a janitorial closet.
but we
Well,
thought
that's the room
the custodian
the
had
first
gone that
time
way.
we've been...
That doesn't make sense.
Room
That
person
tower's been
went
locked off for years.
Well, it's definitely where he went. And then the ground started shaking. So it sounds like we've got a problem.
Okay. When I say locked off, I don't mean we just locked it off for visitors. I mean we have an arcane lock cast on the door.
Well, I guess he uncast it. So I think we have a problem.
Maybe
be
a
wide
good
and
idea to
open.
check that.
I listened to two people at once, and that means I didn't hear anything.
I said it may be a good idea to check that.
Bookworm goes up to the door, attempts to open it, and nothing happens. Yep, still functional.
May I try and open the door?
You most
That's what
certainly
happened.
may.
We tried to open it.
I try and open the door.
Nothing happens. Yeah, arcane lock, unless you know the password, you're not getting in.
Right, well, the person clearly knew the password.
What's the password?
try the title of this book.
Morley, you're... I say the
Oh.
title of the book.
Yeah.
Candlekeep Deconstruction. And for some reason, you pronounce it with a German accent because all the C's are K's. And nothing happens.
Well, it was worth a try, anyway.
Thandrin, you notice that they have it open to a particular bookmarked page.
Get up. Do I recognize
Everyone
it?
else was making an Arcana check and failing at it. You can make it too.
Give it a try.
Give it a go.
Burp has a roll
21.
Arcana for it.
Okay, so that's higher than the previous record of 15. So when Zuda took a look at it, Zuda saw that there was a bunch of machinery, more than you would expect to see in a tower. You notice that, now, while a 21 is actually not high enough to determine everything about this, but with a 21, since it's over 20, I will give you that there are sections that are labeled for storage of combustible material.
Does it say how much those storage areas could hold?
With a 21, I'm going to say not in notation that you know. It's possible that this person decided to come up with their own.
Okay.
So there's an arcane lock, you don't know the password, and...
Well, I didn't say
we
I
are-
don't know the password. We just didn't tell everyone what the password was.
What's the password?
Don't tell her. Please don't tell her.
Yeah, look. We're a ragtag band of adventurers. Someone went in the terrible tower and now the ground's shaken. Can you open the door for us?
Make a perception check.
Who?
You gave very good reasoning, which would imply that I should give you advantage, but also you said you're a ragtag band of adventurers, which would
Do you
make it
mean
be a disadvantage.
persuasion or perception?
Persuasion.
There we go. There we go.
Did I say the wrong thing? I
You
apologize.
said perception.
In that case, so that should be a 16, not a 15.
So it's even higher. It's weird having you play a character that your persuasion check is not an intimidation check, although it probably still is.
Chroma's persuasion
armor?
check isn't an intimidation check.
Not intentionally, but occasionally, sometimes, Chroma shows a lot of emphasis towards things that Chroma really enjoys, that everyone
Like
else
things
is
that
sort
go
of...
boom.
Yes, that cause others to capitulate to Chroma's demands in order for the ability to take a rain check on seeing those things.
Roma is unintentionally one day going to blow a hole in the moon.
And then it really will look like a Death Star.
Yep.
Brian, would you please pick up Burp?
Okay.
Let's all
Burp,
go to
you
the
can
other
test
side of the
this.
courtyard.
By the way, with a
Okay.
16, you actually do convince Bookworm to let you know the password.
Oh,
But he whispers it into Thandrin's ear, because let's face it, Thandrin's the only one of you that he's going to trust.
I'll take it.
The one with the library card.
Library card and Cobalt Soul Monk.
I was going to say, let's just all go to the other side of the courtyard and have Bookworm say the password so we can't hear it.
Well,
What's the password?
I am having a hard time finding it in my notes, but suffice to say, you know what it is now.
Okay.
So you can go up to the door and open it.
I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts.
I whisper the password so that Burp can't hear it and open the door.
All right.
Hey!
I am going to copy-paste a map.
Despite the big ears.
Okay, welcome to the ground floor. The tower's ground floor smells of old books and has walls lined floor to ceiling with bookcases. Wood-framed doors, set with small, diamond-shaped panes of glass, keep the books secure on the shelves, each section of which has a rolling ladder anchored to a ceiling rail. Burp, don't.
Burp is going to take the broom that we were trying to give back and carry it in with her because we're supposed to give the broom back to the janitor.
Well, it turns out there are 3 custodians working here sweeping the floors. A human, a gnome, and a half-elf. They are not happy to see you.
Are the books still on the shelves?
No one was supposed to be in here.
Yes, well, we're going to end up rolling for initiative in a little bit now, because they're about to attack.
okay.
And I need to do a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because apparently I
Get
thought I had my encounter tracker
Secret
open, but I did not.
custodian. Oops.
You know, I think I
Secret
did have
Order
it
of the
open and I closed
Custodians
it.
does not want us in here.
How funny.
I closed everything. That was...
Oh, no.
well, no, everything for the encounter tracker, it didn't save, so I just need to recreate it real quick.
Okay.
As luck would have it, I did do some prep ahead of time.
Good.
So I'm going to add this character, and that character, and that character. Save encounter.
So, while we're waiting here, here's a testament to how good the dice roller on D&D Beyond is when it's working. And I heard you say, EO, that it doesn't like you. I know how random numbers are generated in computer systems. And yet...
Pseudo-random.
Well, yes, but the result of the visible die roll in D&D Beyond is a result of the random number that was generated. The random number that's generated isn't a result of the die roll or the visible die roll.
Yeah.
And yet I looked at that 9 I just rolled and thought to myself, "Oh, that was almost a 19."
Yeah, I've
Because
done that. I've done that
It had
too.
almost settled on the visible die had almost settled on 19 before it tipped over
The
to 9.
tracker's saying you rolled an 8.
Yeah, because I got a 9 minus 1.
Oh. You had me panicking, thinking, oh no, I'm seeing things wrong. Okay, I've got everything
Sorry.
set up. I see Thunder got
Okay.
a 14, Judy got an 8.
Rolling
Morley's got
initiative.
an 11. Yep.
Yes.
Is that how I roll? Oh no. Oh, maybe not. Oh no.
Maybe
Oh,
not.
okay.
Yeah, I got an 11.
I thought it was a 1.
Oh, that would be a different.
7
You always want the
Bad.
healer to go last, and barbarians are known for their healing spells.
Initiative. Where's my... Come on, D&D Beyond. Give me my 11.
Same as me.
Okay. And now I will press a button. All right. Fandrin, you have 3 people in orange robes running towards you. They are armed.
I'm assuming looking like they want to beat me with sticks.
Yes, with their brooms.
Okay. Just want a nice visit to damn library, crack my knuckles, run at one end, just Superman punch 2 attacks.
Okay.
Okay, first with a natural 1. Great. 12 for the second.
Okay, that's a hit. Roll your damage for that.
7.
Okay. They are bloodied from that hit. They crumple under your punch. They are still breathing, but they're not happy. Possibly they did not train in a monastery.
Okay. And I use my bonus action to kind of try and intimidate them a little bit. Like, you know, you want to keep going?
You can.
Will an 18 succeed?
They decide it's a good idea to fall down.
Right. Crack the knuckles again. That's what I thought.
Okay. And that is their turn. They question the life choices as a full action. It's usually a free action. They devote a full action to it. Morley, there are 2 custodial staff still up and wielding brooms.
Okay. I don't want to necessarily kill them, but let's see. Let's see what this one would do. No.
Throw the goblin at them.
This would be a special kind of problem.
Throwing goblins is not really a Morley thing. It's more of a
isn't.
Rhine thing, if you can convince Rhine to do it.
Yeah, true.
Right. Let's see. Flames would be bad with all of this paper around us at the book, so maybe not this one. Okay, I'm going to just do an Eldritch Blast on one of them to start with.
Okay.
Oh, I got...
That's
a
going to hit.
20.
A 26 is going to hit.
Yes,
That's
okay.
a nat 20 as well.
Oh, that's a nat 20.
It's a nat
Yes.
20.
You hit them a lot. Roll
Oh.
your damage.
Okay, here's the damage. I just clicked the damage
but perhaps
button.
because the intent was not to kill, then obviously a nat 20 means that
No,
it will
You
be
get
Morley,
a crit
barely
and you
not
only get
kill.
6 damage.
I just hit
No,
the button
yeah,
next to
you
the
need
thing
to-
on the
you-
spell. I didn't... Yeah,
you needed
I
to
did
right
it wrong.
click it to crit it. So
No,
just
because-
double that.
It already does that.
No,
If
they didn't.
I
They didn't.
clicked-
They didn't place the crit button.
Yeah,
They're already doing 2d10 at this high level. That's just a base roll.
Yeah, I did
Okay.
it wrong.
Well, roll again.
Okay, so I
and
need to
I'll
click
add that
what?
damage to it.
Okay, so what am I
It's-
supposed to be clicking
Just
here?
roll your damage again because
The
when
same
you
way I
crit,
did
you double the
before?
die. Yes.
Oh, okay. Let me get that interface to work.
So just look for Eldritch Blast where it says damage. Yeah, there we go. It's
Okay,
coming
so I've
through.
rolled. Yeah.
All right.
So 9.
But you only
They're
did
very dead.
Oh, that was a bit too much.
Oops.
I will allow you if you wish to flavor how they die, or we can just say they're dead and move on.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, okay, so the Eldritch Blast is a bit stronger on this one than I anticipated, but he is not going to harm us now.
No, definitely not going to harm you now. There might be legal
Do not
consequences
frighten
later
the
on.
warlock.
Possibly, but we'll see how far away we can get before then.
Ryan, there is one combatant still standing that is not an ally of yours.
All right.
Shield to the face.
Actually,
Goblin to the face.
What you
Technically,
do is you
Burp
use
goes
the
next.
goblin, you sort of roll the goblin.
Oh, that's right.
Bowling for you do bowling for adversaries. You just use burp as the ball.
It makes more sense to use an adversary as the ball, because then you're damaging the adversaries and the adversaries.
That
Well,
one
no, you
more-
knock down the pins with the ball, right?
That one that Morley just set on
So if
fire.
you're
are they,
bowling-
like,
Wasn't on fire, Eldritch Blast.
Bowling with
oh, are they flat out dead or death saves that we could potentially stop them from dying?
I will allow it to be death saves,
Okay.
but let's see, if I look at how much damage... Okay, you didn't do enough damage for them to be insta-kill if I was doing the insta-kill rules, but you were close.
Okay.
You did
Okay.
not quite disintegrate them with your phaser.
So yes, we can say that they get a death save.
Okay.
It's not their turn yet.
Ryan is going to approach the last one and point their sword at them and go, right, start talking.
The DM is going to check a note, because the DM has forgotten something, and the DM wants to get this right. They scream, "Force donkey!" and start running at you. But it's not their turn yet, so this is just flavor.
Considering that I didn't actually make
Stop.
an intimidation roll, I am assuming I can still take an action that's an attack.
Oh, certainly.
Talking is always a free action.
I am going to Green Flame Blade. Or maybe I'm not, because on
We can
the die
flavor this
that...
by saying you didn't actually want to try to kill them, and in so doing so, you ended up rolling a 9.
Yeah.
Okay, and that is... I think that's your action, right?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure that's your turn before I move on to Burp. Burp. It is Burp's time to shine. There is a fearsome opponent.
So we have...
You were saying?
There's one fearsome opponent.
There's one remaining fearsome opponent. There's one that is regretting life's choices and sort of like doubled over, crutching their abdomen. There is a charred mass from some type of eldritch power, which file that way for later. Warlocks with their eldritch blast. That's interesting stuff. And then this last
javelin.
opponent, which is the fiercest of opponents, more fearsome than you've ever seen before. And I'm looking up information about them. They are, in fact, a gnome.
Burp?
The other two characters were much
They've
taller.
so this is someone who's about Burp's height.
Roughly Burp's height.
I'm getting.
And they're coming at Burp with a broom, screaming.
Can Burp do something like grab their broom and try to use it to, smack to smack them into a wall just by any off chance? Is there
Give
a
me
roll
a
for that, or
strength
do I
check.
strength check? That's where I click this thing, right?
22 for a strength check.
Whoa.
The goblin is strong,
Yeah.
and the gnome
Burp just
is
wants
not.
to grab the oncoming broom
Okay.
and just sort of smack him into the closest wall,
Do me a favor. Roll a d6.
possibly streaking a d6. Okay. How do I roll a d6?
Okay, so if you're looking at the bottom left corner of your screen, there's a little red icon. Click on that, and you've got a whole bunch of dice.
Oh, okay. Roll.
Okay.
A 3.
You do 3 points of damage to them by knocking them into the nearest wall, which was not in fact a wall, it was a bookcase.
Oh.
And we've already explained.
Oops,
the
sorry.
bookcases had glass doors. There's a lot of broken glass
Crunch.
everywhere. The good news is you currently have a broom.
You could keep it up.
Now,
You could
ownership
the
of,
mess that you just created right there with the broom.
ownership of the broom is currently contested because they haven't let go of it, but you do have a firm grip on the broom.
Can Burp Can Burp sort of go rawr and show teeth and imply that maybe holding on to the broom is going to get them tasted? Just
You
as
know what?
final
Give
thought.
me an intimidation check.
Okay, intimidation. Oh dear, it's only that. Well, let's see how that goes. Nope, just bad breath. Probably.
Actually, I needed to... they are not very intimidated. I should have made that roll at advantage, but I mistakenly did not, and it was still over double what you
That's
rolled.
okay.
So,
Oh well.
if anything, they are even angrier at you. Zuda.
Whoops. Oh well. Somebody
I
sit
was
on
not
this
expecting to get a turn before the before the janitors. Sorry, custodians.
Well, one of them did roll higher than you. They're currently on the ground clutching their abdomen. The other two go after you. They got an 8 and a 2, respectively.
Except,
And there's one still up.
ow.
There's one still up. Technically, they are upright. They are being held up against a shattered glass door for a bookcase by a little goblin.
Because it's a little gnome.
This is also true. There's also one that is very,
Someone just
very
picked it.
unconscious.
Anticipating what I'm going to do after combat, I will toll the dead on the gnome.
Okay. I believe that's a wisdom save I have to make.
Yes, at 15.
Oh, that's a 16.
Bong.
Oh, so
Not
it
very wise, but that was a good roll.
doesn't take. They don't take any damage.
All right.
Their ears are just ringing a little.
Indeed.
Next up is Quincy. Quincy decides to just sit down and watch. He doesn't think he's really needed right now. You've got
Quincy is
this.
holding his action.
Quincy uses his action to look for the good boy. He was told the good boy was here somewhere. Who's the good
Quincy
boy?
is the good boy.
Is it? No, it couldn't be. Next up is the victim of the Eldritch Blast. I'm going to make a death save.
Oh,
That is a number I have made. Okay, that is a number I have rolled. Oh,
Oh dear.
Three Panel Soul is such a good comic. And last but not least, with a whopping 2 in the initiative order, is the very last combatant who is currently surrounded by broken glass and struggling against a very angry goblin. They attempt to hit
Who's
you
not
with the
raged
broom.
yet, actually. Didn't feel like
No. Is this your natural state?
broom that Burp is also. Yeah. The broom Burp is also holding on to.
Does a 9 beat your AC? It does not. It's half your AC. Your AC is
No, it
18.
doesn't.
They attempt to hit you with
Yes.
the broom. We're going to flavor this as you're still holding the broom, which makes it very hard for them to hit you with it. And that is their turn.
They're sort of they're yanking it around, and Burp is holding on to the end of it, going, yeah!
Pretty much. There may already be tooth marks on the broom. That's up to you to flavor it.
Not yet.
Fandrin.
Not yet.
I love that the word yet was included. Fandrin, it is your turn. Fandrin?
Sorry, everything froze there.
Oh,
My
wow.
computer just completely froze.
is it better?
Computer, no.
Maybe? I think I need to reboot my browser. Give me 2 seconds while I reboot my browser, because it's just being weird.
I mean, you all paused for me
Oops.
to rebuild the encounter for this evening. So I'm okay with this.
I've been sitting here trying to get it working, and it's like... Okay. There we go. Browser back. It's working now. Right.
All right.
Yay!
So, so there's just the one gnome left.
Technically, there's 3 people on the board still, but one of them is unconscious and making death saves. One of them is 2 hit points away from making death saves. That's the one you punched. And one of them is dealing with Burp. Which, you know, Burp has a lot of aggression to get out. You might want to just let Burp deal with it.
Has the
Let
one
her
that-
tire herself out. She'll go to bed
the
earlier
one
than
the
that.
burp is on, has they taken any damage?
Yes.
Yes.
There's a lot of shattered glass around them right
Probably
now.
has a lot of bleeding.
Okay.
Probably a bit of bleeding.
I'll
Oh no, they
little bit
bled
of
on
blood.
the books.
go at my quarterstaff
Oh no.
and just kind of walk over, slam it down, and just say, "This ends now."
This
I'd
is
intimidate.
Mighty Nine versus the Bandits, isn't it?
Sure. Can I roll intimidate for that?
You may definitely roll Intimidate with that. Now, are you actually trying to do damage to them with the
No,
staff?
I'm slamming it down right next to their head and just saying this ends now. with a 17 on Intimidate.
Okay, well, I get to roll at advantage because they are a fanatic, but they don't capitulate entirely because they are currently trying to keep a goblin with lots of teeth from attacking them. But you see a significant amount of the fight go out of their eyes.
Good job, Burp. Want to step back so we can have a chat with them? Or maybe let's chat like this? But, don't bite them, please. Lest they cause trouble.
Burp continues to grin toothily, just to see if someone is going to try to attack her.
Now, do you in fact let go of the broom?
Heck no!
Okay, they are also not letting go of the broom because they're not giving you a weapon.
If this persists that no one else takes their turn before Burp would like to yank the broom such that the gnome, if they don't let go, will be drawn extremely close to her.
Give me another strength check.
Strength check, tra-la-la-la.
That's the happiest barbarian sound I've ever heard.
So that was a 4, but guess what? I rolled a 3
Terrible.
versus it. So this is this is the D&D equivalent of the slap fight between Mandark and Dexter, which I know that GIF is out
If the
there.
gnome gets yanked close enough, Burp would like to lick them full in the face.
Quincy's just like,
It's
"You
not
learned it from
biting.
watching me."
Points for inventiveness, but
It's not biting.
And
Give me
that's
an
on me.
intimidation check, Burp.
that's on me. I did
Sorry?
not specify do not do anything. I specified no biting, and that's on me.
Burp, give me an intimidation check. At advantage because they've already been intimidated by the monk.
Will a 19 do?
Yes, a 19 will do. They are on the ground, writhing in terror, wiping at their face. They assume you tried to poison them somehow. They're screaming and otherwise incoherent.
Venomous goblin!
So far as they know.
Zeta, can you help the other one, please?
Yes. We have the same idea. I'm going to spare the dying on the one who's
so they are
unconscious.
stabilized.
Right, people. What the hell?
Burp is going to sweep up the glass now.
Well, you have the broom, so you may as well.
Yep.
Okay.
I am going to... I've never actually done... So I have hit... I hit that last one. Can I use Extort Truth on it and see if it can succeed or fail a Charisma save of 13?
The DM will pause while he goes through his many open tabs. That is a 19.
Okay, worth a try.
They don't have a lot of bonuses to things. I'm just rolling really well. Well, with the exception of that last strength check.
I can also do... Specifically from the wording of this, you can choose to have these attacks deal no damage, so I can just keep punching them and getting to keep trying these saves if I want to.
Okay, but remember that little metagaming tidbit I gave you at the beginning? I will totally allow you to keep doing this.
May I keep doing that?
Does this cause... Do you need to spend key points to do this?
No, it doesn't require key points.
Oh my gosh, this is so OP.
Yeah, the way this works is essentially if upon a failed save, the creature is unable to speak a deliberate lie for up to a minute, and all charisma checks directed at the target have advantage for the duration.
Is there any exception to this?
Unless they have a certain rogue thingy.
There's
Okay.
nothing on here that says, but if there are like abilities that counteract that, obviously, yeah.
Okay. But it doesn't say these abilities automatically counteract it. All right, so to save time, we're going to say you keep smacking them upside the head until this effect goes in.
Okay. Cobalt Soul Monks, guys. Seriously.
Okay, so congratulations. You have beat up 3 custodial staff members who were low level.
Oh, yes.
Granted, they
Also
were coming
feral,
right at you.
apparently.
Yes. Yes, apparently feral,
So
which is the word that you are using.
the one, but you used the word fanatic earlier, so
Yes, I did use the word fanatic. Well, fanatical is a good word to use when someone whose job to clean up, instead of like sweeps up around, attacks you with the broom.
Mhm.
I have been in a lot of schools. I have known a lot of custodial staff over the years. I have never been attacked by a member of the custodial staff at any of my schools.
So, the one that I have beaten to a pulp with extort truth. Why are you swinging brooms and attacking?
They truthfully spit in your face.
Oh, no.
I'll wipe it away. Lovely.
Burp. Can I lick him? Can I lick him?
Sure.
Can I lick that
Go
one?
for it.
That
You
was
may
pretty
lick
good.
him.
You may lick.
They
I
Burp would
taste
like
like
to grab
Fair.
that one.
You realize we could have killed you, right?
Lick.
Without actually
DM note,
trying.
there is no way they could have killed Burp. I have seen Burp's stats. Burp would have to lay down and allow them to hit Burp in order for
No, I
them to
know.
get close.
I'm saying to the one that spat in my face. You realize we could have killed you, right? We didn't.
It's all for the greater good.
I did not hear that.
It's all for the greater good. Soon we will leave this place.
Uh-huh.
And go where?
He just starts laughing.
All right.
Dandrin, I think you hit him in the head
Wanted
too
to
hard.
enlighten us about why? Or are you not that kind of weird, cult? I'm guessing cult.
I'm assuming.
You'll
Cole.
find out. Just wait a while.
Let's not. Want to
Don't
knock
wanna.
him out?
Is something going to happen to the library?
To the library? No. No, it'll be
Cat.
fine.
They can't deliberately lie. Remember.
I'm pretty sure it'll be fine. We haven't really done the math on that.
What's your plan? What are you doing?
I
Why
told
are you
you.
here?
You'll find out. There's too much to explain. Not enough time to explain. You'll find out. Just wait a while.
Okay, not enough time sounds like we should keep going now.
Yeah, probably something not good.
I would...
Was any of these the one that we actually chased?
Yes.
Is it the one Morley
Okay.
almost killed?
Yes.
Oh,
He's unconscious. Okay, so we're
he's unconscious.
Has anyone stabilized him?
yes.
Zuta has, yes.
Okay.
I lost track
I
of which
feel
one was
bad for-
which, but I went and double checked, and yes, the one that you Eldritch blasted into the next world
Did
with a crit was in fact the one that you chased in here.
did one of you kill the dwarf outside?
No.
I didn't hear
Why
what
would
you
we
said.
kill one of our own?
One of your own.
Oh, interesting.
So I'm not going to require a check, but the dwarf was wearing orange robes.
Orange.
All of these are
Is-
wearing orange robes.
Every custodian in this building in on this.
Just the chosen.
I did not hear
I
that
didn't
again.
catch that.
Not me
yeah.
either.
Just the chosen.
How
You are the
many are
chosen.
the chosen? How many?
Stick around and find out.
Oh, this is getting annoying.
All right. So,
Can I lick them all?
yes.
Did anyone think we can get any more information
Yay!
out of these gentlemen?
No, I think we should knock him out and leave him.
Quincy says, Burp, just for future reference, licks are for friends, not
Yeah.
enemies.
Okay. With that, boom, boom, unconscious.
You jog the
Friend
memory.
lick is for friends. Drooly lick is for enemy.
Think she's got a point.
You know, I'm proud of everyone. We went one day without killing anyone. We knocked them out for a change.
The day is young.
I think I did kill the one, but it was not my intent.
They're stabilized.
It's okay,
I'm sure it'll be
Marley.
fine.
How'd you do that?
I cannot explain. I told you
How'd you do it?
before.
How'd you do it? How'd you
I did not learn how to do this. I just have it, so I cannot teach it to you. I told you this before, little one.
How do you get it?
Oh,
Warlock
it's a long
magic.
story.
No.
Long
So,
story.
at this point,
Don't need to know until
I am
you're older.
sharing a map of this floor again. You will notice that
Stairs. Let's go upstairs. Come
there-
on.
there's
up.
stairs that go up and there's stairs that go down. And there's a lot of books.
Oh, there's stairs that go...
Oh,
Quite
The
glance.
stairs that go down are much more likely to lead to machinery that might rock the earth.
May I have
Yeah.
a quick glance over the books? Anything stand out that looks interesting or out of place?
Let me check my notes.
Would you like
Because
a check? or...
there's some rooms where the answer could be yes, but I don't remember if this floor is one of them.
Would you like a check in case? Just
Question is, if it's interesting, then what check do I have you make? Perception check.
30-20.
Yes, you do find a thing. There is a short stretch of bookcase that is actually a secret door. It's the whole thing where you pull a book out at an angle, and then it slides open.
Pull the book, and it slides open. Very cool. You know, these things are always in a library somewhere.
And behind the...
Where's it go? Where's it go?
You don't know, but there's a narrow staircase beyond it, and there
staircase
is,
go
it goes
up or
up, and at the top of the stairs, it's a very short staircase. At the top of the stairs, there is a wooden pedal.
Petal?
Pedal as in foot pedal.
Okay. I don't know if we
If
should
you push
mess
that,
with
does the whole tower go down?
Don't
You don't
you dare.
know.
Don't
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 push
touch
it,
it.
hon.
Don't touch it, honey. Okay?
No lick?
No, like
Molly, you still have the book, yeah?
Yes, here it is.
May I see it, please?
All right, I hand it over.
Does the ground floor of this design match roughly what we've discovered in this place?
Give me an Arcana check.
That was almost good. 15.
Yes and no. I mean, this tower's the right dimensions for the bookmarked page, but if there's machinery, it would possibly be lower down and higher up.
Does this hidden door match up to the design?
Well, you're looking at a design for a different tower.
No, but
Okay.
So,
pedal kind of gives me a thought machinery.
oh, certainly, but that pedal could just be, here's how you open the door. Or, it could be the thing that, makes the earthquake happen. Although, chances are they don't put one of those at the top of the staircase. Top of a staircase is usually a really bad place to be when you are causing an earthquake.
What's the light level like in the tower?
There are sconces that have light spells cast on them.
Non-flammable
There's not a
light
lot of
source,
open.
Very useful.
There aren't a lot of open flames in an organization dedicated to preserving things on paper.
Would you say we're in dim light or normal light?
Normal light.
Okay.
By the way, what's Bookworm doing?
Bookworm did not go in with you.
Burp will
Are we
poke her
go-
head out and see if Bookworm is out there.
I don't think
You do
Burp
not-
can
Since no
open
one's
the
letting
door.
Burp
I don't
push
think
the
Burp
pedal.
can open the door.
I don't think so either. Small. Big door.
No,
Oh,
I don't
we
think Burp
left
can open
the
the door
door
because magic.
Came close.
Oh.
Well, there's the
Yes, but Burp is
only
inside.
door that's currently closed is the one at the top of the staircase that you found behind the secret door. The secret door is currently open. It didn't close behind you.
No, I mean...
What about the door to the outside?
That.
Well, that's still, unless you closed it behind you, it's still open.
I
I
don't
would've thought we
remember
closed
any
it.
of us. Oh, you would have? Okay, then that's fine.
I would have thought we
Nope.
closed it, but...
Okay, well,
I did.
in that case, yes. If you closed it, then Burp can't get out because Burp doesn't know the password.
I would have assumed that we closed it because, as respectful users of the library, if they wanted the door locked, we shouldn't just leave it propped open.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
That
a
would have
good
been my
idea.
thought.
Yeah.
Okay, then yes, Burp, you can't get out.
Well, who went through last?
Don't know.
Knock on the door.
The door does not respond.
Bonk, bonk, bonk.
So we've been playing
Let's
for about
go
an
down.
hour. What do you say we take a short break?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
Break.
Do not break anything.
Already broke things.
no.
Already broke the glass. Lick the button.
I am so thrilled that we got that in the recording. So, we're back, and I believe that as we went to break, I was told that someone was casting invisibility on themselves and selfishly not
Greater.
on burp.
Right.
What was that?
Greater invisibility.
Greater invisibility. So you can keep doing things and still be invisible.
And shucking the chain.
And
Like
shucking
take
the
off the
chainmail.
chainmail so they don't go click, click, click.
Yes. They could be a very noisy ghost.
I can't be quite as ghosty as I want to because I can't fly.
Well, give me a stealth check at advantage.
17.
That is very good.
Yeah, I was surprised at how well that went.
And I'm making a roll myself. Okay, I have made a roll. So you very sneakily tiptoe up the stairs, not the hidden staircase, but the one that was intended for everyone to see where it was, provided you got past a door that had an arcane lock on it, but never mind about that. And you see a text box for me to read. The scents of salted meat and dried fruit fill this area. Bookcases built into the stone walls and fronted by wood and glass doors are stuffed full of rations. Huge windows seal off a pair of alcoves set into the tower walls, and an inward curving wall between the staircase has an iron door at its center. The ceiling is braced by 4 wooden pillars, between which are set 4 pairs of stocky wooden chairs facing inward. Each chair is bolted to the floor and fitted with 2 lengths of rope. 4 of the chairs have people in custodial uniforms tied to them. 2 half-orcs, a half-elf, and a dwarf.
Huh.
That is exactly what I expected you to say after I finished reading this.
The people in the chairs are past the iron door or between me and the iron door?
It's kind of catty corner. I am copy-pasting a map. It's taking a bit longer because I can't copy-paste the entire map because I don't want to copy-paste what's on the other side of the door.
I understand.
I've had those issues.
There we
And
go.
then they hacked the security cams, and I could give them the whole thing.
Well, fortunately, there are no security cams that you know of. So yeah, you come up one of the staircases. The one on the opposite side continues to go up to another floor, but you see that 4 of those 8 chairs have people in them.
Tied to them.
I am going to...
Yeah, in them and tied in, yes.
This may be a bad idea, but what the heck?
This is Dungeons and Dragons. That is standard operating procedure.
I am going to go up as quietly as I can to one of the chairs and ask, as quietly as I can, are you with Candlekeep?
They just get a very confused look on their face.
Do you know the name Candlekeep at all?
Are you hearing voices?
The air is talking to you.
I think I'm hearing voices. Did we cook that jerky all the way? You don't cook jerky. That's the whole thing of it being jerky. You don't have to cook it. Yeah, but I think I might be getting some indigestion because I'm definitely hearing voices.
Are any of you with Candlekeep?
Oh no, it was really bad jerky. I'm hearing it too.
It's a yes or no question.
It doesn't even make sense.
That's a no. Ridiculous. I'm going to take out a crossbow bolt and start sawing at the ropes.
As you start sawing at the ropes for the person who is closest to you, they start to panic. No, no, no!
Why should I not do this?
Well, we put ourselves here.
For what reason?
It's a surprise?
There were 3
And
custodians
somebody should
downstairs.
let
Are
the
you
goblin
with...
come up and just lick every one of them.
There are 3 custodians downstairs. Are you with them?
No, they're downstairs.
Are you in their group?
Yes?
Okay. Well, since you want to be left here, then I will leave you here. May I take some rations with me?
We'd prefer if you didn't. We need those.
Just 1 box.
Okay, but if we have to eat someone's foot off, it's not going to be mine. Not it.
Thank you. I'm going to take a box of rations and head back downstairs.
Okay. The box is actually a repurposed card catalog box, or card catalog drawer.
But it's got rations in it?
It's full of jerky
But does it
and
say
cheeses.
rations on it?
It does not say rations on it, or rations.
And which?
It is. If you flatten the box out, it would be an odd-looking charcuterie board.
Okay.
Are you saying they misfiled the rations?
I just want to make sure there's food inside.
It does, in fact, have food inside.
Okay.
Not food that you want to live on for a long period of time, but, well, then again, you're an adventurer. You have been living on food like this for a long period of time.
Well, it's not for me. Once I'm down on the ground floor, I'm going to dismiss the greater invisibility and hand the box to Burp.
Burp, you are handed a card catalog drawer full of preserved meats and cheeses.
I went upstairs and I brought you a present.
Ooh.
Also, Gorp, but the Gorp is loosely
you.
sprinkled around with the rest of it.
And I will report back what I have seen to the
Burp
rest
will
of the
eat
group.
one of the cheeses. While Burp is eating a cheese.
It's a sharp cheddar.
So don't cut your thumb.
Burp is still pretty full of porridge, but, one cheese stick, yeah.
That's
I'm
gonna
really
bind you
not
up.
sure what to do with this information.
So they put themselves there, and
That's what
they
they
have all
said.
of this food, and they are with the group we mostly beat up.
But they
This
don't know
tower
what
going to
Candlekeep is.
Flying.
Oh, do they think this is some kind of a what you call a rocket or something?
It's possible. I'm afraid you'd have to ask them.
Maybe it's
They
going to go
probably won't
down.
like me to.
Uh-oh. EO knows why earthquake.
Digging thing.
Launch
So we
sequence
actually-
initiated.
Are we actually considering that this is either a rocket that goes up or something that goes down to the Underdark? Yes.
Let's go down the stairs.
Diggy thing.
Every player but one in this campaign has been inside a tower that turned into a rocket.
Yes,
So
Just not this campaign.
it's not this campaign.
And
I-
frankly,
that campaign?
those characters were there mostly willingly.
Mostly.
Wait, oh, okay. Yeah, no, yeah.
Season 2 of the Kobold campaign.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fiddle Punch's tower turned into a rocket and took you to the other side of the planet.
off we go into the wild blue yonder. Off
And I
we
believe-
go
I
into
believe
the
Marwise, I think it was Marwise left 2 kobold-shaped dents, one in the ceiling and one in the floor.
Oh yes,
Oh, yes.
it was Marwise.
Yes, it was.
Everyone else rolled really well. So you're going downstairs?
Yes, downstairs.
Okay. That is a different map entirely. I can't copy paste from the same one.
Aw.
And I hope
Making me
Burpa is the present.
scroll.
Is Burpa there or a her?
Burp is a her.
Okay,
Brian is a they.
I knew that. I just, I legitimately couldn't remember whether it had been established.
I have been using...
Burp is a girl.
when I introduced Burp, I used she, her pronouns.
The player has executive dysfunction.
It's all good.
Valid.
I have accidentally misgendered more than one of my NPCs. So, all right. So you are in the basement, and let's see.
That looks
Let's room you 2. You see a bunch of people that are playing music.
That
No,
looks
wrong. You 2. Okay, so as you are going down the stairs, the air in the stairwell grows demonstrably warmer.
This tower is so hot.
concerning.
And the inner wall eventually gives way to an iron banister, offering you an unobstructed view of the room, which is why I was able to share this map. At the bottom of the stairs, a 30-foot diameter room opens up directly underneath the tower. 4, and they're including information in this that you have not had revealed to you yet, so I have to pause. 4 10-foot long metal cylinders protrude from the 20-foot high ceiling, glowing with intense heat and shedding bright embers that rain down on the floor. 4 mechanical constructs resembling wolf-sized dog-headed cockroaches march in a circle around the perimeter of the cylinders. So they're clearly constructs. They're made of metal, there's gears and stuff. Got a picture I can probably share with you. But yeah, wolf-headed cockroaches.
Charming.
That's a. We're rhyming, but that's alarming.
As long as it's not disarming.
I would very much like to be disarming them.
Well, they have
They
a
don't-
lot of arms for it.
Do they
technically
climb?
legs.
Same difference.
Okay, this room is entirely too strange. I don't want to be here any longer.
Is
What
that
are we
another
supposed to do with it?
staircase down?
No, that's all the same staircase.
Okay.
Where the line is where the inner wall gives way to a railing.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
So the shorter portion is there's a wall. For the longer portion, it's a railing.
Okay.
So, the railing, how much of a drop is there?
If
Looking
you
at-
are right where the railing starts to appear, it's a 20-foot drop.
Yeah, I was going to say 20
So
to
no-
0 feet.
No vaulting over the railing.
I mean, you could still
I
vault
can-
over.
I can
There's no
vault
one in
over.
this party that would kill.
You get
Quincy would be
wings.
closest, and Quincy's got wings, so Quincy will take 0 damage.
I will.
What's
also
on the
take
far?
damage.
What's on the east side of the circle?
It appears to be a set of double doors.
Who's in the
Right,
lead,
I'm
gang?
gonna charge down.
And those
Ryan's in the lead, gang.
Ryan's in the lead.
cylinders. Those cylinders are coming from the ceiling. We're doomed.
Oh wait, I want to cast haste on myself as I run down.
I'm gonna just go over the railing and just kind of sit there and lean on it. I'm just gonna look over while I wait for them to get down.
I thought you were going to slide down the railing like Mary Poppins.
No, I'm
Oh,
gonna
that
sit on
reminds
the
me.
railing and just wait.
Ryan,
20 feet up.
you have inspiration on initiative rolls.
Advantage.
Advantage
One of
on
those.
initiative rolls.
Oh,
Whatever
right.
lets you roll them twice.
Okay, so you are charging down the stairs. Are you charging down to go to the doors? Are you charging down to examine the cylinders? Are you charging down to run laps? Are you charging down to fight the things?
I intend to commit property damage to the constructs.
I
Egregious harm.
am
But they might have been friendly.
casting Bless on Burp, Thandrin, and Morley.
Okay, what does this do?
Let's do again.
It's to add a
you
D4 to
want-
D20 rolls.
Yeah. Attack roll or saving throw before the spell ends. You roll a D4 and add it to your attack roll or saving throw.
Okay.
So I have a 14 for Ryan for initiative.
Oh, am I supposed to roll initiative?
Yep, because
Okay.
Ryan is not going to let us avoid combat.
Hooray!
Oh,
Five.
no.
DM's note, you wouldn't have been able to avoid the combat if you were going downstairs anyway. Mm-hmm. But Ryan is making sure.
I have a 20. It's not a regular 20. 17.
There
plus two.
are horrible, probably explosive cylinders for some kind of purpose, probably involving earthquakes, and there are these things guarding them, and I know what to do.
Once again, the healer goes last.
Those aren't good boys.
Those are not good boys.
I think they look cute, personally. But I'm the DM. My opinion doesn't matter.
Chroma would think they look cute. Chroma is not here.
Right.
Roma would consider them to be friend-shaped.
Exactly.
Chroma has built friends that are shaped sort of like that. Okay, they were much smaller, but
How big are these things?
They are medium size.
Okay.
Theoretically, Burp could ride one as a mount. Do not suggest it to Burp.
No, Burp's already thinking it. Burp will, however, ask Quincy if these are good boys.
It doesn't seem to matter. Ryan has their own opinion.
Oh, to be 100% clear, Bless is not guidance. You get that D4 until the spell ends.
Which is, I think, a
minute?
minute?
Yeah.
So combat will probably be over before the spell wears off.
which people got bless?
Burp, Thandrin, and Morley.
Valid.
Okay. So as Ryan makes a hasted beeline down the stairs to commit property damage, these skittering constructs, they got widgets and stuff on them. Let's call them skitter widgets.
Ooh.
All four of them just sort of turn as one and make a beeline for Ryan. Morley,
Excellent.
you are going first.
I am going first. Okay.
Yes, you're still on the stairwell because
I'm on the
I'm just
stairwell.
going to assume that you can't move faster than Ryan with haste.
Yeah, probably
even
true.
if you got initiative 20.
Okay, so can I see the source of the flames is in the ceiling? Is that right?
It's coming from the cylinders that are attached to the ceiling, yes.
Okay, is it
Which you can see on the map.
Is it magical flames or not?
They don't look like... It looks like sparks. And looks like there was a lot of...
You genius!
Okay, I'm going to use a cantrip.
1 second, let me double check this because I don't believe it said there was actual fire. There's bright embers. There's stuff like it's the aftermath
fire.
of a fire, but you don't see fire.
But this is how you get to it. Get rid of the embers. So, I want.
So help me, if you ignite a rocket and
I'm not going
incinerate
to
the party.
ignite a rocket. I'm not going to ignite a rocket. I'm going to control flames. Part of it is you can.
Now, right there
extinguish-
is an out of context quote. If I don't post this as an out of context quote when I'm ending this, I have done the world a disservice.
Yeah. Okay,
I'm not
so.
igniting a rocket. I'm controlling the flames.
Controlling the flames. Yeah. So one of the things you can do to control flames, it's and it's a cantrip, so I can do it again. You can instantaneously extinguish the flames within like a 5-foot cube. I don't know how big these are, but I got all day with the cantrip.
Each of the squares is...
Oh, nice.
So you can do it for one of the cylinders.
All right, I'm aiming at that one, and I'm going to put out the flames.
Okay.
Or whatever I can reach with the spell, and whenever I get another chance, I will be repeating that.
Okay. So now there's 3 of them that are dropping embers. The temperature in here has not gone down that much, but it's like when you turn off an oven, there's still a lot of residual heat.
I mean, it seemed like the right thing to do. Turn off this, whatever it's supposed to do stops. We are fine.
Okay. But that is an action.
Yes.
So, Ryan, what will you be putting on the insurance information request form after all this is over? That's basically your cue to tell me how you're trying to damage these things.
One moment. I'm trying to fight D&D Beyond. It didn't want to scroll my spell sheet.
Roll for initiative versus D&D Beyond. It turned out D&D Beyond was the true big bad all along.
Okay, so I have haste. I am coming down at these critters.
You cast Wall of Fire twice.
I don't know Wall of Fire, and it's a concentration spell.
Yes, but it still does that initial damage, and that is kind of how some chaos occurred in a different campaign. And now there's a party that was told they had to leave the island.
Okay.
It's an island of mostly libertarians, and they still got kicked off.
But
that takes
no,
talent.
I cast Inflict Wounds. And I'm going to start with once. I'm expending a 2nd level spell slot. I am spending my inspiration. I don't want that. Does a 16 hit?
A 16 will not hit.
Oh, fine. I'm gonna thing.
They are made of brass, and they've got pretty tough exteriors.
I will actually use my thingy.
Let's put it this way. They could only be more steampunk if they had monocles and top hats.
Okay, I use my Divine Soul trait that I'm not sure I've actually ever used before, but it once per short rest, missed with fail saving throw or missed with an attack roll, you can roll 2d4 and add it to the total. So,
An 18 will take that 16 over.
24.
That'll hit.
Key wrench.
19 necrotic damage.
They are immune to Aasimar.
Oh.
Well, I'm not getting thrown at them or punching them.
Yeah, this was not something that's actually true. It's when Thandrin uses that ability, because let's face it, Thandrin's going to use that ability to learn everything about these things. You're not going to see conditioned immunity Aasimar on this list.
You don't know.
You've already established it's a thing.
Conditioned.
Also, it's a viable strategy.
I'm not a condition.
Also true.
No, that
Also,
happens.
it doesn't say damage immunity SMR either. The condition immunity list is longer. That's why I said that by mistake. Anything else?
Actually, is Ryan occupying their original body?
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Then yes, Ryan is not a condition.
Brian is shiny.
Wait, does that mean Gorga's a condition?
No, Gorga uses conditioner.
Yes.
So, are you committed to letting me use haste in this anti-rules as written fashion?
I have allowed 2 Full action spells to be cast in a single turn when someone is hasted. Yes. I'm not going to go back on that.
All right.
Poor Crash.
You said that like I think this is a bad thing.
I am going to cast Inflict Wounds again. That's a 23.
And you didn't need to add anything to it that time. That will hit.
That will be 24 necrotic damage.
Okay.
I cast Spiritual Weapon. 22.
That will also hit.
11 force damage.
It is the mechanical construct equivalent of bloodied.
It's oilied.
There's gears everywhere.
All right, let's do this. I am the roadblock.
That assumes that they can't climb over top of anything. Yes. Also, Thandrin.
They can try to climb over things, but if they come within 5 feet of me and then leave 5 feet of me while doing it, I will get an opportunity attack on someone.
Also, you're assuming that Thandrin is not going to do cool monk stuff to bypass your roadblock entirely.
Well, I'm not trying to block Thandrin.
I'm up the top. I'm up the top, just on the unsafe side of the railing, just leaning on it. One day I'll go to a library, not do property damage, pull out my quarterstaff, and just jump and slam it down on top of one of these things.
The one that Ryan was mercilessly destroying and voiding the warranty on, or a different one?
The one that Ryan was mercilessly destroyed for the warranty.
Okay. There's this little sticker that was going over top of one of these panels that you would have to tear if you were opening the panel. You have destroyed the sticker.
The D4 as well. So 16 for the first.
That's a miss.
And as well. 18 for the second.
That's a hit.
You still get a nice slam on the floor.
Yay. 9 points of bludgeoning damage. And then I will drop the staff and do 2 unarmed strikes on it. With flurry of blows. First is a 26.
That will hit.
And then a miss.
Yes, an 11 is a miss.
6 points of damage and extract aspect.
Okay. This is a construct, as you know. It is immune to lightning and poison damage. It has conditioned immunities for being blinded, deafened, exhausted, paralyzed, petrified, poisoned, and being turned into a partridge in a pear tree. I may have made that last one up.
I didn't hear stunned there. I shout, avoid poison and lightning.
Wasn't planning to lightning bolt in this place.
Not
Burp,
a good
don't
idea.
lick it.
Nah, don't look like it tastes good.
That's
Burp has other plans.
Besides, you just ate.
Uh-huh.
Again.
Cheese breath! Mm-hmm. You never know when you're going to get food.
I love everything about this game. By the way, Burp, it is your turn.
Let's see.
You are at the top of the staircase.
Okay. Can Burp slide down the banister?
If you give me a dexterity check, I will allow you to try to slide down the banister.
Dexterity or acrobatics? It's about the same, though, it looks
I
like.
would allow acrobatics, but if you're not proficient in acrobatics, it is the
Or
same
there's
roll.
also athletics.
Not athletics.
There's
not
also
athletics.
athletics.
You are not lifting the
All right,
banister,
dexterity.
you are sliding down it.
Whoa.
A 17.
So,
Okay, so congratulations. Ryan, you set up a roadblock, and so far everyone who has gone after you has bypassed your roadblock.
That's
There is
okay
now a-
to my party.
There is now a small goblin child with a rapier which is about the same length as her height entering the fray. Now, might I make a suggestion,
probably for
Bert?
the first time gleefully raging. Yes?
That is the suggestion I was going to make. I am here for this moment because it's so rare that I get these moments, and every time I don't realize this until after the fact, I am disappointed. You are raging against the machine.
Yes! Yes! For the very first time in Burp's entire existence, she's able to rage because they stuck an old chainmail on her. And now it's gone. And they didn't
Technically,
have
Burp
anything
put
that
the
would
no
replace
chainmail
it.
on herself because she thought it was a good idea.
Well, I mean,
yes.
everyone else said it was a good idea. And it's all fallen apart, and yes. That too.
Ellie?
That too.
I am not going to say that for the recording. However, the wordplay gets Zuda inspiration. I could probably get away. Oh, look at all the emoji going in. I could probably get away with saying on the stream it's not really that bad, but it's just on that line of being gray.
That's why I typed it out.
Okay.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So, Burp, it is now time for you to make your attacks.
Okay.
Well, you get one attack.
That's
you
with the
are
rapier.
lower level, so you get one attack.
One attack.
You'll get to
Basically,
eventually.
presumably, Burp is going to go down the banister and just sort of keep flying off the banister, gleefully shrieking, and hit whatever is most closest to that.
Okay.
To that trajectory.
Okay.
So I assume I I click the little thing that says +5.
Yes.
Click the +5. Oh, for pity's sake!
Nat 1.
I'm using my inspiration. I'm using my inspiration. I am using my inspiration on that. Funny as it would be otherwise. That's
A
better.
17. Now roll a d4 because
All right.
because you've been blessed.
Roll a caltrop. A 1. That one's not dangerous.
That just hits.
But an 18 does hit. An 18
Yeah.
does hit. So roll your damage.
Okay. 5. Total 5.
Wait, are we
Okay.
literally running with like a level 2 barbarian or something?
No.
Probably level 3.
4.
level 4.
Level 4.
Level 4.
Just guessing.
I allowed Burp to go up to level 5, but someone decided to wait a bit.
Also, remember, you
Yep,
can add your radiant damage for being a zealot barbarian.
You're
Oh,
a
she's a
zealot.
zealot. Oh, that's great.
You just made Chris very happy.
So I
I'm very
yeah.
happy too.
click that button.
Zealot
Did
barbarians
any
are
of
the
your
best
attacks-
barbarians.
Did any of your attacks not hit? Except the natural one?
That one hit.
No, the one was re-rolled.
The
with
natural one, which I
inspiration.
used my inspiration to.
Right.
Burp only has one attack
Right.
right now.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So
And can I use Fury of the Small?
I don't usually have a goblin piece.
She gets to add
so I
her
gotta
level
look that
as
up.
damage.
I mean, yes, you can because they're medium sized and you're small.
It's like once per small, well, it's like once per long rest or something.
Right. Short rest.
Oh, we better.
I would like to use Fury of the Small.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, that's higher. They're great.
So
So that
everyone's pretty sure that Burp is a goblin, but Burp is taking this thing apart with the efficiency of a gremlin.
The little
I'll
goblin
shrink
girl.
Who what?
Goblin girl.
So just make sure, because you're not entirely certain. Burp may or may not have the idea. If Burp keeps whacking at this thing with the rapier like this, she might carve out a cavity that she can crawl into. That should be avoidable.
Ooh!
Should be avoided in general.
Says you. Says you.
I just give suggestions.
If I add up all of the dots, right? I think that's 14 damage. If I count up all the
I've been adding
dots.
them in as you've declared them. Yes. So actually, I
Okay.
don't know the total. I've just been adding them in as you told me. Zuda,
Okay.
will you also go past Ryan's roadblock, or will you be the sensible one who sees that Ryan has done something to help the party and let Ryan help the party?
Has Morley gone past the road?
No,
Nope.
but Morley went before Ryan.
Yes.
Morley is sensible.
Yes, Morley has figured out that standing in the back and wiggling fingers is a useful strategy.
Yep.
Very.
In that case, I'm going to free up Ryan.
I have
cast-
mild.
I cast Guardian of Faith just behind Ryan.
Oh.
Not directly on top of the skitter widgets.
No, it says moves to a space within 10 feet of the Guardian for the first time on a turn.
So directly behind me is within 10 feet.
Yes.
But it has to move into that space.
So basically, they can't go up the ramp without taking damage.
Exactly.
It's okay. There's plenty of targets
Hold on,
of
let me-
opportunity down here.
Let me check that.
Has anyone taken damage yet?
Nope.
The first of them
did?
gets to go after you're done.
Okay.
I
What's
have
the
an
light
AC
level
of
down here?
22.
I rolled for their initiative in a group, and I got 3.
What's the light level down here?
Pretty bright. There's 3 things shooting
Yeah,
flames
they're-
out of the ceiling.
Yeah, even though one of them has been extinguished, you are
Yes.
basking in the warm, glowing, warming glow.
Okay, so not dim light.
No, not yet.
Give it a bit.
Then I have nothing to do. I am going to stay here with Morley and
Wiggle fingers.
see what happens. Oh, wait. No, as an action. Okay.
All right. All right. Now it is the Skitterwidget's turns. And the Skitterwidget A, that's going to be the one that has taken a horrendous amount of abuse. Is going to make 2 attacks against Ryan. Ryan is
Come
the weak for
at
this moment,
me.
I'm sure. It is going to go in for a bite. That is a 24.
I cast shield.
I love that you can cast shield for a 24 and it does something. And it also tries to make a tail swipe at you. That's a no. That's 22. Skitterwidget B is also going to go for Ryan. That's a dirty 20. That's a no. And that is lower than that, so that's a no. Skitterwidget C is going to go for Thandrin. That is a 14. I did not hear that.
Mess.
Okay. And that's a 12. And
Also
the last of them, Skitterwidget D, their parents are very disappointed in them. They need to try harder next year. They're taking summer school. That's a miss because I know your AC is 18.
Did they miss?
Miss. Okay, 22. That will hit. So you are going to take, well, you would take 6 points of piercing damage, but you're raging. So you take 3 points of piercing damage from the tail. However, you might notice from the image that I shared with you, its tail appears to be glowing blue.
That looks sappy.
It
some
does
lightning
look
there.
zappy.
Ow. Zappy.
You don't take half damage from lightning. You take 10 points of lightning damage.
Ow.
Oh,
Ooh. Total
And
13.
give me a Constitution saving throw. You make your Constitution saving throw. You are not stunned. Congratulations.
Okay, so 13 damage. Okay. Oh, so that's how it works.
Yes.
Yay, I made it
All
work.
right. Next up is Quincy. Quincy is going to do a flyby attack
Good boy.
because Quincy is a lower CR than these things, so Quincy is not going to stick around, and that is that's a 6. Quincy is trying his best. All right, we're back to the
Staying
top.
out of range is good.
Yes.
is it my turn?
And Ryan has pointed out that Quincy does have Death Ward, as does Burp. It is Morley's turn, yes.
Okay, so I'm going to use the control flames again to turn off one of the ones that is still shooting fire.
Okay. Well, it's throwing sparks, but now it's not doing that anymore either. All right. Ryan,
You don't have to be a roadblock anymore.
you don't have to be the immovable object. Now you can be the unstoppable force.
I can be both.
That's a
I
great
mean-
answer.
Fair. But what you need to do is make sure that you get the killing blows on these things, because if Burp gets another killing blow, you're not going to live it down. Burp has already canonically killed the hill giant.
I'd be real proud of her. Anyway, spiritual weapon attack. That's not going to hit.
No. You can have it look cool, but no.
Whoosh.
Inflict wound. Ill.
Yeah, and 8's not going to do it either. And since you're still hasted, you got one more thing you can do.
Well, if you are... Right, okay. There are allies within 5 feet of me, right?
Yes.
Okay, I won't do that then.
Specifically Burp. Thandrin may or may not be within 5 feet the way things are laid out, but Burp definitely is.
So I will not do
Thandrin
that.
took an
thing.
alternate route down.
Burp just
I am not
Burp
casting
came screaming
sword.
down beside you.
Not casting sword burst.
Probably good.
I am, however, going to green flame blade. No, I am not going to green flame blade.
No.
Oh,
This
Are
is
your
what we
dice
get for
hating
having
you?
all those rolls over 20 earlier.
oh no, I used some up.
I don't believe
This
that's
is
actually a
what
thing, but
I-
never mind.
This is why I should be using physical dice.
Okay, Thandrin.
Okay. The one that I was wailing on still standing?
Very wobbly and not on as many legs as before, but yes.
Okay, I'm gonna continue the wail. I'm gonna roll a d4 for that one, it's not gonna help. 17 it'll help? It didn't help. Okay. Wow, I'm rolling poorly tonight. Right, flurry of blows, 2 unarmed strikes. Oh my god. That might actually be a d4. 17?
Nope.
Darn. 18's the magic. Natural 20.
Well, if you hadn't rolled a natural 20, I would have said they appear to have developed some form of immunity to all of your attacks. But no, a nat 20 is a hit.
13 points of damage.
How do you want to do this?
I want to mess, and then just the last one just goes straight through it.
Well, here's the thing.
Right
Those
all the way to
misses,
my
they
shoulder.
weren't
Right all the way
really
to my
misses,
shoulder.
they were feints. You were getting it into position for this final strike.
Obviously.
That's how it
The
works.
dice never lie.
That's the cool monk stuff we're talking about.
Yep.
Okay, so yes, you have destroyed this thing. Its 3 siblings are somewhat distraught, or they would be, but they're constructs. Okay, was that all of your moves?
That's all the moves that I am able to do.
Okay, Burp. You have 3 targets in front of you. There used to be 4.
Well, let's see. Which one is closest?
Skitter Widget B. Technically, Skitter Widget A is closest. You're kind of standing on parts of them, but they are non-functional
Squid-
currently.
Oh, that's the one that died.
Yes,
Rampage over to the next closest one.
that would be B.
Shriek. The next closest. Okay. The one that is not completely turned into
Yes,
bits.
yes.
Okay.
There's
Rampage.
only one that's
Wave
been
sword.
killed, and it's the
Hit.
only one who took damage. All right, let's see your attack
Well,
roll.
time to get damage on another one, huh? Okay, attack roll. That's the rapier.
7 is not going to do it.
And I don't think... No, it's not. I guess there's a lot of clink, clink, clink.
Yes. Well, rapiers are meant to be like pokey and stabby, and you're kind of like axe choppy. It's not quite the same.
Flaily!
Next up is Zuda.
Oh, have any of them taken damage?
Yes, but it is beyond repair. You got 3
Okay.
undamaged ones and 1 dead one.
Okay. First thing I'm going to do is healing word at Burp.
But you're raging, so you take half healing. That's not true.
No,
That is
no,
not
no.
true.
That's not
That's not how it works.
For 9 healing.
Sad, pouty goblin. Okay, so I type 9 and I press heal. Yes! Thank you!
And
Burp would say thank you, but she's raging.
She screams, "Thank you."
can I move
It
to
sounds
a
like-
point on the staircase where everyone I'm allied with is within 30 feet of me?
The room, I believe, is like 30 feet across, so yes.
Then I bring out my holy symbol and channel divinity for Twilight Sanctuary.
You are surrounded by sparkly vampires. I do simply.
And as I'm ending my turn, I grant myself 12 temporary hit points.
Okay. Skitter Widget A is done for. Skitter Widget B is attacking Rhine.
All right.
That's a miss and a miss. Skitter Widget C is going after Thandrin. That's an 11. And that is a 23.
Who is
So-
yelling?
Dickens.
Of course.
Thandrin, you're going to take... Because I'm assuming a 23 hits you.
Yeah, I was muted. Yes.
Okay. So you're going to take 6 points of piercing damage, 10 points of lightning damage,
Okay.
and make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. I imagine that's a 7+. I imagine a 9 will not do.
You are stunned until the end of your next turn.
Okay.
Did you add the d4?
Yeah.
A 7. A 4 was not going to help a 7.
Fair enough.
Okay, and now versus Burp. That's a miss, and that's a nat 1. So, time for the good doggo. Gonna do another flyby. That's a miss. We are back up to the top with Morley.
Okay, I'm going to put out the fire in the third thing that is shooting fire at us, or sparks at us. One
Okay.
left.
Party's almost over.
And Morley
Bonfire's
gets
almost
12 temporary hit points.
Oh, thank you.
Ryan,
Yep.
you have 3 targets in front of you. One of them foolishly decided to not be hit last turn.
Right. Gonna try inflict wounds. I'm going to roll with this physical die here.
That's fine.
Oh, come on!
I'm gonna take it that's a miss.
All the dice
It was
hate
a nat 1. It was rolling fine when I was just randomly rolling it. It knows I'm using it for the wrong character.
Okay, so you've got another action.
Ryan's
You've got a
arm
bonus
falls
action.
off. Sorry, that's
Laughing is a free action.
I should roll for the spiritual weapon to hit. It got a 25.
That will hit and then some. What's your damage?
The spiritual weapon does 9 damage to Skitter Widget B.
All right.
I am going to make another try at inflict wounds, since apparently we are doing this. I am running low on slots.
I was going to
That
say.
is another 19 plus 6, so that's 25. That's
That
going
will
to
hit.
be 20 necrotic to Skitter Widget B.
All right. There's a lot of chrome built into their design, so you can see it getting this green patina as it starts to erode away. It actually looks really cool, but never mind about that. Thandrin's turn. Thandrin is just stunned.
Ryan and Thandrin both get 12 temporary hit points.
Thank you.
Burp. What you gonna do?
Burp is going to go after probably gonna scream and attack Skitter B.
It's a bold strategy. Let's see if it works.
Well, let's find out.
Okay, a 16 is not
And
enough.
is there
but
any
you're
way
blessed
that
to roll
if
a
I-
d4.
Okay.
That will bring it up to
18?
18, which is a hit. So go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay, damage. And does that count the Divine Fury? Do I keep getting to do Divine Fury every time?
I think it's
I think
once
it's one.
per turn. Chris,
Yeah.
am I right?
Once per turn for the it's the radiant damage, yeah?
Yeah.
Once
Yeah.
per turn.
Yeah. Okay, so I've already done it. It's not once per hit.
No, you did it last turn.
You did it last turn.
You
This
get
is a
to do
new
it
turn.
every
Oh, so this is a
turn.
new turn.
So
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, new turn. You get to do it one
in that
time.
case.
You do more radiant damage
Okay.
than you do piercing damage. Nice.
Uh-huh.
All right, Zuda.
Shriek, shriek, rah, rah.
How are we back to me already?
Because we're going a bit faster because Chris has to go soon. Also, Chris didn't get to do cool monk stuff for an entire turn because he was
This
stunned.
is true.
That's
Yeah.
That took out a half hour worth of rolling.
true. I cast Word of Radiance. The 3 robots have to succeed on a Constitution 15 saving.
That's a yes. That is a no. That is a no.
So the the ones that rolled no take 4 radiant damage. And I'm going to throw 7 healing Thandrin's way. Oh, and Burp gets 12 temporary hit points.
Okay. So,
Oh, thank you.
2 attacks
I know
versus
temporary
Ryan.
hit points.
That's
Wait,
a
what?
miss. That is a 19. That's a miss. Next.
Wait, did I get a turn or did I?
Yeah, you went first.
I did. Okay, got it.
So this is versus Thandrin. Thandrin, by the way, you are no longer stunned. That's a 23 to hit.
Yes.
That's going to be 10 points of piercing damage from a bite.
Okay.
And you are grappled.
Oh no.
You can make
could be
a...
worse.
I'm sorry?
I'll say it could be worse.
Yeah, it's not large enough to eat you.
You're not in its mouth.
Well, yes, you are. By the way, does a 16
Kind of.
hit? Does a 16 hit, Thandrin?
That is the number you needed.
Okay. Give me... Well, you're going to take an additional combined 16 points of damage, including the lightning
Hit.
damage,
Hit.
and give me another Constitution saving throw. You are stunned again. Thandrin is not... I am so sorry, Thandrin. I am so sorry. This is just how it's rolling. And last up is the one going after Burp. That is a 14. That's going to miss. And that is a 22. That's going to hit. So, Burp, you're going to take a total of 13 damage.
None.
That's after reductions. I'm saying I've reduced it already.
Does that come off the temp hit point?
Yes.
Yes.
It takes off
Does
the
that
temp
come off
hit
the
point
temp hit
first.
points first?
Yes.
Yes.
Any residual
Okay, so I get-
will hit you.
Okay.
Um,
Okay, so we'll do that.
I think it does it automatically.
Okay, yeah,
if you
it does
put
it.
in
All
temp hit points. Okay. And give me a Constitution saving
Yeah,
throw.
yeah, I did. Cool. Constitution saving.
You make it. You're not stunned.
Aren't
Bert shrieks in
barbarians
rage.
immune to
If they're
being
raging,
stunned while they're raging anyway?
or is it fear?
I think you're immune to being afraid,
Let's
but I don't remember what
Uh,
level that happens at.
I can't remember right now.
So next up is Quincy. Quincy is going to fly down and kind of do a flyby, but not one attempting to do damage. No, Quincy is going to do a flyby and lick Thandrin on the face, which heals 10 hit points. So you're stunned, but also covered in slobber.
Oh,
We know what Quincy
Friendly.
means about licks being for.
And
Standard
Quincy
is-
gets 12 temporary hit points.
Sandrin is very much enjoying his time at the library.
oh.
There's a small explosion on one of the skitter witches as its sarcasm detector ignites.
He just wanted to read books, man. That's all he wanted to do. He was so excited.
He's going to get to read books after the combat and potential incineration. Morley.
Okay, I'm going to use Control Flames to turn off the last thing that is shooting sparks.
Okay. Nothing is shooting sparks anymore.
Okay.
Ryan.
All right, there's still some skitter
There's still
things.
3.
I am running low on spell. However, I am going to start. Well, first I'm going to roll for. I will not roll in D&D Beyond for this. D&D Beyond doesn't like me. I'm going to roll this D20 for my spiritual weapon attack. That's an 18 plus 6, so that's a 24. That's
Yes.
going to do 5 force damage to B.
Mm-hmm.
And
The equivalent of bloodied. It's oiled. Actually, oiled is a good thing. It's damaged.
And Thantron seems to maybe need some help drawing attention from the thing that keeps stunning him. So I'm going to take my sword and swing Green Flame Blade at that one. Wait, is it up here? Did he vault over?
He's down there with you. And he's
Okay.
it currently has its mouth latched onto him.
Right, I'm going to give him a hand. So this has a plus 5 to hit. 17 plus 5 is 22. So that's going to be first I'm rolling longsword damage. That's going to start with 3 slashing and also add 7 fire, and B being near me and it is going to take hello, please roll me that. Okay. No. Why can't I roll my secondary damage on you? Well, I'm going to click the primary damage, but it's also going to take 3 more from my charisma modifier. So B takes 8 fire damage. And now I am going to repeat this activity because I am still going fast. So,
Are you sure you're a discount paladin? I mean, this is enough rolls that you could be a discount monk.
I'm not punching anyone. I don't think a longsword is a monk weapon.
You're punching with a sword.
Yeah, actually, I kind of am considering touch attack. So that's another 17 plus 5. That's going to hit. 10 slashing, +4 fire to Thandrin's friend, and 9 fire to B.
Okay. Next up is Thandrin. Thandrin, not only are you stunned, the one that is holding on to you, it seems to be on fire. This should be fine.
Oh no.
That is the reaction. So long, drawn out. I hate my existence sigh.
I should have rephrased it as, well, the bad news is you're still stunned and this thing is still biting you. But the good news is it's now on fire.
In fact, no. This.
Oh.
Liam O'Brien is a national treasure. Doesn't matter what nation.
Yes.
Also, I think of his accent every time I say "little goblin child."
Little goblin child.
Thandrin, you're back up to 12 temporary hit points.
Merci.
Okay, burp.
Didn't understand that.
He said merci. There I am.
Burp will hit the thing, because hitting the thing seems to be useful at least some of the time. So that's, how do I attack again?
You press
How did I
+5.
Oh, right, that's the button.
Yes.
Ew.
And even with a D4, that's not going to hit.
And then I press a D4?
Yeah, but it wouldn't take you to the 18 you need. All right, Zuda.
And Burp is back
Burp
up
will
to
make
12
screamy
temporary hit
clank
points.
noises. Thank you.
I really like being a Twilight Cleric. Has Morley put out all of the...
Yes.
All 4,
Cylinders?
yes. They are done. No more little sparks coming from
Which means
the
prepare for
ceiling.
the Eldritch Blasts in a little bit.
Yes.
And B was the one that that succeeded on the Constitution save last round against Word of Radiance?
Yes.
Oh, good. Toll the Dead on B.
That's an 18.
Well, fine. Let me check something.
You give it temporary hit points at the end of its turn.
No. No, I need to check something specific. Okay, that's frustrating. All right, who's taking damage?
No.
Burp's taking damage. Thandrin's taking damage.
Fine. Just murder.
I'm trying to take...
Heal
I'm-
Thandrin.
Or, conversely, do damage to skitter widgets.
I can't do that without moving beyond the... I could drop the Guardian of Faith.
Aren't you immune to your own Guardian
you're
of
immune
Faith?
to your own Guardian
Oh, no.
of Faith.
Oh, no, it's Bless I have to drop.
Why would you have to drop?
Because it's a concentration spell.
To do what?
Give
And
you
the only ranged damage spell I have... The only ranged damage spells I have are Toll the Dead, Word of Radiance, or Inflict Wounds. And actually, I can't do any of those. So, I'm going to cast some healing on Thandrin. Thandrin, how much are you down?
20.
20, you said? Okay, second level.
Yep.
That's 11 of those cleared off.
All right. 2 attacks against Ryan.
Okay.
That's a nope. That's a nat 20.
Well, that's gonna
Oh.
hit.
Yeah, and that was the tail attack, too.
Ouch.
All right.
Ow.
So the piercing damage is 14.
Okay.
The lightning damage, that's a lot of dice.
Is 20? Okay, so that's a total of 28.
And roll a Constitution saving throw.
Already rolling. And that's a 19
You're not
plus
stunned.
5.
All right,
It's like me!
the one that's grappling Thandrin is still grappling Thandrin, and therefore it can't really bite him. But it is going to...
True?
No. It tries to pull Thandrin towards the center of the room.
Wait a minute. Do I get an attack of opportunity?
It's possible you get an attack of opportunity, but it's specifically pulling Thandrin away from where you've been in combat.
So, guess what feat I have?
What feat do you have?
You got 2 of them, I think.
2 of them.
Warcaster.
Okay, let Eo answer, please. What feat do you have?
Warcaster.
Warcaster.
Okay.
Well, that doesn't hit, though. I have 2
Alright.
spell slots left, and they're both first level.
I'm trying to speed things up. That's all.
No, that's good.
Okay. Next up is the one going after Burp. That's a miss. That is a hiss of anger. That's a hit. You are taking 13 points of damage, and give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Ew.
You are stunned
My
till the
luck
end of
is
your
running
next turn.
out. Does that, let's see, that's a 3 plus 5 is an 8. What would I have needed to have gotten?
You would have needed to get
Yeah, never mind. Ow, zap. Burp has no hair to stand on end.
And Quincy misses again. Morley.
Okay, so in the chat, it looks like Zuda has handed me a potion that I am to drink.
You can drink if you want.
What does it do?
I sent you a message.
Oh, okay. Let me look at the message real quick. Whoa. That's interesting. Okay.
And that's not a D20 you roll, that's any D20.
Any D20. That anyone rolls?
That anyone rolls.
Okay. All right, I'm going to drink this potion. The liquid is viscous, dirty, yellow, and very slippery, so I'm like,
Oh,
ugh.
wait, I need to... okay, that's, what was the DC?
For what?
Concentration.
It's 10 or half the damage, whichever's lower.
So the DC is 13. Thankfully, I have advantage on these. And yeah, that makes.
All right.
So I'm still fast. Sorry, I forgot to when I got hit.
That's all right.
Okay. So, Morley, what are you doing other than drinking a potion?
I'm going
You have a
to...
bonus action and a movement.
I have a bonus action and a movement. Okay.
I don't think you have any bonus action attacks, though.
I don't think I do. I don't think so at all.
Isn't drinking a potion a bonus action?
Oh,
Might be.
yeah. Yeah, it is.
Okay.
You have an action.
I have an
So
action.
you have an action.
Okay. Let's see. And no one's rolled a 20, and I don't need to roll a 20 to do most of these things. So, I'm gonna. The sparks are gone, so I'm gonna
Sparks
use
are gone.
Eldritch. I'm gonna use Eldritch Blast on whichever of these constructs is the least damaged.
The least damaged? Okay.
That's C and D, I think.
That D
one
would
of
be
them.
least damaged.
Okay, that
C
one.
was getting wailed on by Ryan.
Yeah. Okay, that
okay.
one. That one. Yep. Okay. So, I got a 9.
That's
think I
unfortunately not
missed.
going to hit.
Okay, I think that's probably... Wait, can I do that twice or once?
You get more than one Eldritch Blast.
Two beams, yeah, I do.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm doing it again, same target. And that one is a 19 to hit.
That will hit. Roll your
Okay, damage is a 10.
All right. It is still the least damaged, but the margin has reduced.
Okay.
Ryan.
Let's see.
What you whacking on?
Did you take damage last turn, Ryan?
Yeah.
Okay, you've got...
That was right
at the end of your turn, you've got 12 more temporary hit points.
Cool. There's a thing running away with Thandrin.
It's more trying to edge itself away. You did do some significant damage, and it's trying to carry an immobilized monk.
Right.
Picture, if you will, a cockroach with a dog head that has a stick that's too large.
So Ryan does the thing with their sword where it lights up on fire, but instead of swinging their sword at something, they fire a firebolt through it.
It's a sidearm.
No, it's a main hand. So that's a 19 plus 6, so that's
Yes.
going to... That's 12 fire damage, and next I am going to... That's a 17 plus 6. Do another 12 fire damage, apparently. And Spiritual Weapon is going to attack the one that was attacking me. And that's a 16, that's not going to hit.
Thandrin, good news. The one that is dragging you away was on fire. Now it's on more fire. Also, give me a perception check.
14.
Okay. Thandrin, I believe you are still stunned?
Yes.
Actually, no. No, because he didn't do an attack against you last turn. You're not stunned anymore. You're grappled, but you're not stunned.
Cool. Grapple doesn't really affect punching, so I'm going to punch things. 24.
It hits it a lot.
Natural 20.
That hits it more.
So that's the crit. The 14 damage is the crit. And then an
Okay.
additional 6. Flurry of blows.
Nope.
Potentially. Do I still have bless?
I don't believe that was dropped. So yes, you still have bless.
You do, yes.
Okay. I did the
But
two attacks.
adding 1 is not going to do it.
That's me.
Okay.
And if you don't still have 12 temporary hit points, now you do.
I do.
Burp.
Yeah! Gonna hit the thing. Gonna hit, and I use that clicky.
A 21 will
That
hit.
looks a little better. So I hit with the piercing damage,
All right.
and I can't see that because and I hit with the radiant damage. That's a 6, not a 9. My eyes made a look, and I think that's all the damage I get
No,
to
it
do.
was a 9.
Oh,
You rolled
okay,
9,
but it landed
you rolled
a
9
6.
damage, and then yeah, don't worry about what the die says in it's just a graphic. What matters is what the combat tracker
I know
says.
it's just a
Yeah. But okay,
true, but
you
the
have done
D6
a lot of damage.
landed upside down. It's like, wait,
Oh.
wow, that is a lot of damage.
Yep.
Hackety.
Yes, very much so. This thing is on its last leg, and it started with a lot of them.
Possibly Burp has been hacking the legs off, you know?
They're the right height. These are medium-sized constructs, and you're small. Zuda.
What's the light level like?
It's getting dimmer, but not... I'm not going to say it's dim light yet. I'm sorry. I know I'm being very mean to the Twilight Cleric and not having it be Twilight.
Okay. How far would I have to go to get to the one that's on Thandrin? Actually, is that the one that Burp's been attacking?
No, Burp's been attacking B. The one with Thandrin is C. And you would not have to go very far, but most of that direction is straight down.
How far straight down?
20 feet. Actually, no, you're partway down the staircase. I would say 10 feet.
Okay. Also, Burp has 12 more temporary hit points if she doesn't have them.
They did indeed get eaten, so thank you.
This temporary hit point field is just going to keep regenerating until I tell it to stop. Which one is the most damaged?
That would be the one that Burp and Ryan have been attacking the most. That would be B.
Okay. So I am going to go over the railing and pursue C then.
Okay.
Taking the 1d6 damage?
You take 1 point of falling damage,
Oh no.
which I understand just hits your temporary hit points a little bit. You
Yes,
don't
I'm
even
down
feel
from
it.
I'm down from 3 digits to 2.
I didn't think temporary hit points stacked each turn.
They do not.
No, but I have 88 hit points. I had 12 temporary hit points.
You're including
now I have
I
11.
see what you meant. I see what you meant. Okay. So you jump over the railing, take a single point of damage from your temporary hit points, and then do what?
Rush the one dragging Thandrin and use inflict wounds.
All right. A 21 will
21.
hit.
And 27 damage.
How do you do this?
Flat palm blast to the head.
Okay. Thandrin is no longer grappled. Also, it no longer has a head. The construct, not Thandrin. I should specify.
Good to clarify, yes.
Yes.
And Zuda's eyes have gone black, for anyone who's curious.
Interesting.
Skitter Widget A is a pile of pieces. Skitter Widget B is going to make 2 attacks at Rhyme because it worked so well before.
There was a nat 20 in there.
Yes, and a lot of nopes, and
And a
that's
lot
2
of
more
nopes.
nopes. Skitter Widget C is a pile of parts. Skitter Widget D is a miss and a hit. So, Burp, you're going to take 13 more points of damage.
Ow.
And
So
give
1 point
me
of
a
real damage.
Constitution
And make
saving
another-
throw. Because they keep hitting with their tail attacks and not with their bite attacks. You easily make it.
Is that a 20 or 22?
I think it was a 17 plus,
17
maybe
plus.
plus
Okay,
things.
got it.
But
Got it. Okay, just
Ha!
don't need to.
Quincy finally hit something.
Yay, Quincy!
Quincy
Yay,
takes out Skitter
Quincy!
Widget B.
Quincy
and
did
also,
what?
Skitter Widget B had 4 hit points left. Quincy did 7 hit points. In a flyby attack, so Skitter Widget B also can't do any attacks of opportunity from Quincy flying away. Which it can't do anyway because it's dead.
Because it's
Yes. So there's only 1 left on the board.
Quincy knocked it over.
I'm
Quincy knocked
late
it onto
to
its
the-
back and it can't get up?
Never mind.
No.
Sorry.
All right. So here's the deal. Because we have been playing for 3 hours now,
Oh my. Okay.
there's only one left.
Ooch.
I am going to say we're going to cut it off here and just say that you managed to defeat this one also.
Okay.
Because we already have a point where Chris had to leave
It's much
to do a prior engagement because
Right.
he wasn't expecting the game to go 3 hours.
None of us
were.
were. That's all right.
So we're going to end it here on just one little tiny little note. As you finish smashing all these things to pieces, you hear tiny little chirps coming from a pile of rubble over to the side, which you can actually see on the map.
Sure.
And that's where
Well,
we're
I
going to
can't
end
see
it.
on the map because I have to scroll up really far to see. the map.
Well, yes, because people were engaged.
Sure.
Okay.
Bing, 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 bing.
Almost like that. So, thank you everyone for listening. Thank you everyone for playing. Tonight I was joined by a bunch of awesome people, including Beth, Ellie, Io, Jen, and Chris. I know Chris would want to plug AzerothCTC.com, which is a general gaming podcast, also about World of Warcraft. That's where they got their start, but they talk about all kinds of games these days. But who else has things to plug?
Beth's mom writes books.
No.
Not quite.
No, yes. Elizabeth-McCoy.com, because weirdly I need to clear my cache and ElizabethMcCoy.com is not showing up. So, the one with the dash should show
Remind
up.
me to check on that.
I'll do that. There are books there.
There are books there. Yes. So I do a podcast called Shattered Soulstone. It is about the Diablo games and books and lore and all that good stuff together, and sometimes crosses over a little bit into stuff done by Blizzard Entertainment as needed. And you can find that at shatteredsoulstone.com. It comes out once a week on Saturdays. I also have a website called Book of Gen that has also a lot of Diablo content on it and various other unrelated things, and that's at bookofgen.net.
And we have a Patreon.
And Ellie has a webpage? Ellie has a webpage, doesn't she?
Noel.codes, yes.
Indeed, there's not much there, but there might be by the time you're listening to it. And there's also a social network that many of us are a part of called elek.xyz. That's ELEKK.xyz. And the Patreon.
And we have a Patreon, patreon.com/cogwheelgaming. Help us keep the lights on, along with other illustrious patrons, including Chris, Cindy, Ellie, Eric, Janadalok, Mickey, Shan-Chen, and Walter. And until next time, this is Crash saying, there was supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom. Why wasn't there an earth-shattering kaboom?
Because there is a warlock.
Good night, everybody.
Night.